Well, folks, it looks like it's already that time of the year again. Time for another Christmas display contest. I've already got my Christmas display all set up, as you can see right here, including our super tiny but decorated Christmas tree and our ridiculously small HO train setup, which includes something crazy like 6 radius curves and a small train to go with that, a little lifelike 040, small car carrying some Christmas trees, and a lifelike CN caboose. All lots of fun. Anyway, on with the Christmas display contest video. I hope you all enjoy. Well, folks, I honestly find it hard to believe that almost an entire year has gone by since the last Christmas display contest. Time really does fly, and I'm so happy to be here again today, ready to kick off another Christmas display contest, because thanks to all of you out there, last year's Christmas contest absolutely rocked. You guys had some amazing displays, which to this day I'm still blown away by. There were some really impressive ones, and even some really obscure ones, just kind of things you just wouldn't even expect to see in a contest like this, and it all turned out to be a lot of fun. A couple of them which I found were really memorable were there were these two guys who ended up setting up a Christmas tree on a speeder and running that on a real railway. So instead of having your typical train around a Christmas tree, you had the Christmas tree on an actual train. So that was something that was really kind of creative and really cool. The other one that was really interesting was somebody who actually set up a platform beside a real railway, and they had a little G-scale train going around on this platform, and then a live steam engine actually went by, which was another one, which just really kind of something you wouldn't even think of, but just really sort of just kind of outside the box thinking and really interesting. And then for more conventional displays, there were some pretty wild ones. You had some which had multi-layered tracks and multiple trains and lights and towns, and some of them even had moving figures, like just really impressive displays. And then there were more of the kind of homebrew ones, which were also really impressive in their own right. You could tell that a lot of thought and care had been put into them, and they were very impressive as well. So there was a lot of really impressive displays, which I was blown away by, and I'm really excited to see what you guys have in store this year, because if it's anything like last year, it's going to be quite an impressive show. So anyway, to make your Christmas display, there are not a lot of rules for this contest. You can kind of make whatever you want, really, but the only rules are that it has to be kind of like, a Christmas or kind of just holiday theme. It doesn't even have to be Christmas in particular, but just a holiday theme. And there has to be a train involved to some extent. It doesn't have to be any particular scale. It doesn't have to be steam or diesel, whatever you want. It doesn't even have to be a model train. If you have one of those trains that's intended for going around a Christmas tree that you buy at your local grocery store, that's fine. Even the little wooden ones, totally fine. Just as long as there's a train in it, it's good for this particular contest. Now, anyways, there are some rules for the contest. Obviously, this has to be a display which either you or you and some friends or you and your family made. You can't just, go to like your local shopping mall and take a video. So it has to be your display, and please only one entry per a person. So yeah, now to actually enter your display, take a video of your display, upload it on your channel, and then in the description you're going to want to put a hashtag, and the hashtag this year is going to be SMT Xmas Train 2020. It's the 2020 edition. So you put that in the description of your video, and what it will do is it will bring all the videos to kind of a collective area where people can view your videos and decide which one they like best. Now, all the people that enter this will be eligible to vote. I'm going to put a comment on this video where everybody who has done an entry can go through and vote on whichever they thought was best. You have to vote for somebody else's, though. You can't vote for your own. So you vote, and whoever gets the most votes will win a prize. And the prize for this year's giveaway, or contest I should say, is something that I hope you all like. It's a steam engine, sort of a Jupiter style one. I don't know if that's exactly it, but I just saw this thing at my local hobby shop, and it looked like a pretty decent engine. It runs fairly well, and I just thought it would be something quite fun for this year's contest. So yeah, anyway, I hope you all enter. I'm really excited to see what you all have. Anyway, why don't we go take this thing over to the track so I can show you all it running. And yeah, like I said, I'm really excited to see what you guys have in store, because last year's was pretty wild. And knowing the creativity of a lot of you out there, I think we're going to have some wild entries and it should be a lot of fun. Anyway, have lots of fun with it, everyone. Now, let's go run this sucker. Alright, so here's this year's Christmas display contest prize all set up on the track, as you can see. It really is quite a good-looking locomotive, in my opinion. It's just got a really kind of nice old-timey look to it. And the gold and the red really just look nice. I know this isn't a Christmas locomotive, but it does have sort of that Christmassy type of vibe to it. Anyway, why don't we give this thing some power and send it around the track. It is an okay runner, as it is a nice little IHC locomotive. It's tender driven, which I know those have mixed reviews for performance, but overall it seems to be a decent engine, and I find it looks absolutely great. Anyway, let's give this thing some power and watch it go around the layout. It did run very well when I bought it at the shop. We'll give it a little bit of power here, and as you can see, there it is taking off right there. It's running fairly smooth. The thing that I was most impressed by is the current draw on it. It's practically non-existent. I mean, this thing's drawing less current than a light bulb does, so I don't know how it's that efficient, but hey, at least you're getting a nice efficient engine if you happen to win the prize. And it is quite gorgeous to watch going around the layout. Really can't wait to send this thing off to one of you out there, because it is really quite a fine locomotive, and I'm sure it could be an excellent addition to someone's collection out there. Let's have a look at it go by here just in a moment. Really quite a decent little engine. Don't know what kind of pulling capacity this thing could have, but hey, if you want to try to win this engine, it's up for grabs, and yeah, this is what you get. Well, folks, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. I really can't wait to see what kind of entries you're going to have for this year's display contest, because if it's anything like last year's display contest, I think it's going to be quite a bit of fun again. So it's going to be really interesting to see what people have in store for this one. But yeah, I want to wish you all best of luck in winning this locomotive. But regardless of whoever wins it, I just hope everybody has a good time like I do hosting these things. So yeah, best of luck to everyone. Anyway, with that, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching.